What's good, AGG Nation? This is AGG, your average gun guy, and we are back with another product review and a company highlight. Actually, guys, I've got a great treat for you today. We are spotlighting HRT Tactical, and I've got a representative from the company, Daniel Matera, here to tell us all about the AWLS, which is the Advanced Weapon Light system that they're showcasing right now. So, Daniel, thanks for being here with us, man. Can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure, and thank you. So obviously my name is Daniel. I got started with HRT a couple years ago. At the point when the company got just too busy to keeping up with things without full-time staff. So I got brought in for mainly like sales and customer service. And that's kind of just grown now, touched a little bit more than just that. So I still do most of the sales stuff. And then we have some customer service guys that are pretty awesome that help out with that side of the house. And with the small nature of our company, it ends up that a lot of our staff does testing and such. So I was actually part of product testing with the AWLS back to essentially its foundation, which has been pretty cool for a customer service guy to do that stuff as well. So I remember the original testing, we did a bunch of rather abusive testing on some prototypes when we got started. We shot them with shotguns. We torture tested them on scars just to make sure nothing came loose in the electronics side. We actually burned out one of my rifles shooting it full auto. Had to leave the range with two different rifles, both broken. This BCM too, I was kind of surprised. They both had cases. Yeah, they both had cases stuck inside. We got them so hot. So a fun time. And I actually have one of the originals still in a freezer in our break room because one of our customers asked if they would do okay in freezing conditions. So long-term test, I think that thing's been there like 13 months now. And every time someone opens the freezer, they just turn it on and it works.
Man, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. So as a brief rundown, I don't know how much your viewers know, but the AWLS is a all-in-one system. So if you have an M-LOK rifle, you can just mount it directly with the M-LOK, and both sides are the same threads. So you can do the whole swap your tail cap to the front and back and forth to make it fit left, right, whatever you want on your gun. And then it has the head here is 1700 lumens and 90,000 candela. So wow. It's a pretty strong. And
now for our folks out there who are watching, can you explain like what is the importance of lumens and candela? Because we hear that a lot, but I don't think that everyone really knows the difference with that. Can you kind of help us understand that?
Yeah, of course. So, and that actually goes into what the AWLS was intended for, which was SWAT teams who wanted something that was very powerful, so they could use it entering a structure and they'd be able to see the person in the structure, or maybe it's outside, and give them so much light that it's actually painful, and it makes them pause, because your body's response to that extremely bright light is to literally, it hurts your eyes. And that's mainly from the candela, which is, it's like essentially horsepower. So lumens is your spill. That's what takes up an area. So when you have like 1,000 lumen Surefire flashlight and you walk in a room and you turn it on, it illuminates the whole room, but it's like all the same shading and color. When you talk about something with high candela, it's able to push through. It's carrying more energy through, not depositing the energy into one open space. So lumens are great if you want to look through other light. So law enforcement scenario, you've got somebody who's in a car and their headlights are turned on. Can you see them in the car between their headlights and you? So that's super when the important. Higher, yeah, very. So that's when that high candela is important. High lumen is always good because you want to be able to see more things, but the candela is what really pushes that light to a longer range.
Wow, man, that is really important, and that's I know a lot of people out there have no clue about that, and they're wondering, like, what if someone else has another light? Like, are we both going to be blinded? So that helps answer that question. We punch through that with AWLS, punches through that.
There's actually a picture in our catalog. It was in the 2023 one, and it'll be in the 24 one. So if you attend a show, that you can pick up our catalogs, or you maybe come to our showroom. There's a picture of us pointing it through part of the lights on my car to show that you could see a person behind the lights on a car. So just to prove its use there.
Indeed. So, guys, if you're at SHOT Show 24, make sure you stop by, check these guys out, and you can see these in person. And let me tell you, I've been trying this light out now for about, I'd say about three weeks to a month now. And at first, I was a little like, this is different. This is different. Just to be honest with you, because I was in my brain, I wanted the pressure pad. I was like, I want the pressure pad, right? But the functionality of it. And you know, I've got mine here. It's on my my jackal, and the way that I hold it, it's perfect. Like I wrap around my thumb is still right there. So as you can see, I'm able to press that button and get it. And it's any direction. It's press it in, up, down. I was able to, you know, if I wanted to change the sensitivity level of it, I was able to do that, which I thought was super cool. Again, the fact that you could switch it to either side, the caps were reversible, I thought that was super cool as well. I mean, I know that's been an elephant in the room, so to speak, the toggle switch, you know, but I think it's awesome. I mean, you know, what is that called? And you know, what are your thoughts about that?
So it's called the ODA. It's the omnidirectional activation. And it's a very simple, just to kind of show off, I'll get up close here. It's literally a threaded piece to the back of a normal click cap. So it's a very simple, there's no extra electronic stuff. And then this pivots like you were demonstrating. As this pivots, I turn the light on and I can click it on to have my full constant activation. So it's kind of funky. And when it first came out, I was like, who in the world would use this? And I wasn't really a big fan of it. But just as you showed, when you mount it up here, all I have to do is come over the top and tap it and it turns on. And the idea was to put it on, this is an airsoft gun, so it's not a real bolt. It'll look funky. Normally there's a laser on here. Yeah.
You know, folks are like that too, like that wasn't a real AR.
I know. I got one over here if they want to see a real one.
Indeed.
Normally there's a laser up top. So you're looking at an 11.5 barrel with a laser on it. I don't really have much room for a tape switch, which is where this really can stand out because I can just touch it and I've got that. It's also separate. So if I've got another switch on here for the infrared stuff, I'm not crossing my switches and maybe sending white light downrange when I wanted to put infrared light on and now show everyone where I'm at. So that's really been a pretty cool feature. And we're supposed to do it for the Surefire system as well. So you can, if you've got a Surefire light already, you can put that on. So at some point we'll have that done. It's really taken off. I've heard it called the nipple light cap now. There's some goofy terms for it, but I've been very impressed with how well it's done. And I had one on a SCAR for a while and it was super handy on there because it, you know, the SCAR already has a short enough rail. So that gave a little bit better handling. And then you don't have any extra wires that can be snagged on things. And if you hate the thing, you just take it off and use the click cap that's underneath it. So
Indeed.
There's some flexibility there.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, if for whatever reason you want to swap out the lens, that's swappable. If I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
Yeah. So Gen 1s is not, but Gen 2s have a separate cap right here that can be taken off. So if you blow it out with a UTM or something, or get a rock in it, you can, instead of having to send the whole unit back for our lifetime warranty stuff, you just be like, hey, I need a new lens, which is a whole lot easier. Yeah.
Nice. So what other features about the light are important for our audience out here before they go out there and want to check one out themselves? I know it comes in two sizes. One is more for like the longer size, of course, and then you got the shorter guy. Are there any other functionalities or features that, you know, our audience should be aware of?
There's a lot, actually. It's an extremely adaptable light. I would say if you're in the air between the long and the short, figure out why you want the short, because the long gives you 110-minute runtime and the short is like 35. Just the battery can't keep up. And you only actually add about, it's like 1.5 inches max difference. So if you're not super short on space, just do the longer one, you'll get the better runtime. My peak. And then you also can use two CR123s where the the 18350 sized unit, you can't do that with.
Okay.
So something to keep in mind if you're between two sizes. If you really like the head's performance, but you maybe already have a light that you don't want to move or something like that, you can put it onto a handheld body. So this is our light on just a mod light body. I've had that thing since SHOT Show last year, and it's a super handy tool. And then if you maybe, like you were saying, want to use a pressure pad, because the light goes on any dual fuel body, you can just throw it onto a Surefire or Arasaka style mount, and then you can run all of your switches and things like that too. So the guys with quad rails, which is me, because I like all the quad rail stuff, I couldn't use one for a while, so I had to mount it up like this.
Nice.
There's all kinds of potential options and modularity that you can do with it, which is a super handy feature for. It's an expensive light, so we want to make it work for you instead of you having.
I think that's great, guys. Because we want to tackle potential drawbacks, and those are things that people say, hey, I've already got my rifle set up. I don't want to take this off, but man, I really do want to get that candela or the lumens, or I want to get the features that are in the AWLS. So this, I'm sure that happens quite often where people are like, man, this is perfect. I can just switch the top off.
Yep. It's really, and you don't have to buy the whole unit, so you can just buy the head instead. And then we also came out with the light. So it's kind of a joke. The light, it's the LITE.
Okay.
And it's just slightly reduced performance, but it's like half the price. So instead of a $200 head, it's a $100 head. Instead of a $300 unit, it's a $200 unit. And you get, I think it's like 1,200 lumens, and it's like 58,000 candela. So it's still really good, but it's half the price, and it still works on all those 18650 style 18350 batteries.
Nice. For our listeners out there, where can they go get this light from? How can they get this light?
So direct from us is obviously an easy one, and then we have a ton of retailers. So if they go to HRTtactical.com, tacticalgear.com, excuse me, you can just pick it up there. If you happen to want to pick it up from your local shop and support them, you can check out we have at the bottom of our website a little find a dealers page. You can check that out, see if there's somebody who's close to you that has it, or you can tell them to contact us and we'll set them up as a dealer too. So plenty of places.
Perfect. I'll make sure I'll leave that link in the description. And as you guys can see, we've got it scrolling across the bottom here. So that's HRTacticalgear.com, guys. And we'll have a nice discount code for you. If I'm not going to be mistaken, it's going to be AGG10, guys. So just keep that all in mind. And make sure you go check those guys out. This light is phenomenal. I'm not just saying that again. That's why I wanted to try it out myself so that I could actually put it on one of my rifles, see how it felt, compare it to my other lights, go out into the backyard, and you're going to see some of that footage here as well. That'll be in some of the B-reels. So you guys would have already saw this as we've spoken. You'll see that in there. But it's been a great light, and I love it, man. So guys, if you're looking for a great weapons light, and it's manufactured, where is it manufactured, Daniel?
So the LED component is from Asia, but the rest of it we make. So it's an awesome.
There you go.
Yep.
An American-made product, guys, and I know a lot of you all love to support that, including myself. So there you go. Great product, great light. Again, as you guys can see through the B-reels, you can see the brightness. You can see the different levels. It's going to be phenomenal, guys. So make sure you go out there and get you guys one. Go into 2024 with a new light and a new mindset, and this light definitely has all that. So, Daniel, we've come to the part of the show that I call the rapid fire session. And this is where I ask you a couple of quick questions, and you just tell me the first thing that comes to mind.
All right.
And then I get you out of here. All right. First gun owned.
It was a 1911.
Okay. Red dot or iron sights?
Ooh, red dot.
Striker fired or hammer fired?
Hammer fired.
AK or AR?
AR.
Last gun purchased?
Oh, you're gonna laugh at me here. It was a Bear Thunder Ranch.
Okay. Bear Thunder Ranch. I thought you were gonna say Lorson or something that's not even being manufactured anymore, something off like that. Yeah.
No, not quite.
All right. If you could be any superhero, Daniel, who would it be?
Probably Iron Man. Seems
Okay.
pretty cool.
Glock or Canic?
Glock.
Delta Force or Navy SEALs?
Delta Force.
Indoor range or outdoor range?
Outdoor.
If you could have any gun, Daniel, which gun would that be?
The Ohio Ordnance Works HCAR.
Nice, nice. All right, guys, that's it, man. I want to thank you for coming out today, man. This has been very, very educational, informative. I know our viewers would love getting it from the source, so you coming out here means a whole lot to us. So, Daniel, man, is there any parting words you want to leave with our audience before we get you out of here?
Hey, just stay safe, be smart, and train.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys. Again, this has been AGG, your average gun guy. Stay safe, stay training, and stay free.